The fastest way to grow any coaching business is through paid ads. This is gonna skip all the way that you need to go through when you just rely on organic content, posting videos on YouTube, creating reels on Instagram. All those things work, but if you want speed, you need to implement a paid version of traffic. And the problem with this is that most coaches do it wrong and they rely on agencies or on gurus to help them scale their business. But the math doesn't math when you start implementing this checklist that I'm going to show you in this video, because everybody makes scaling a coaching business with paid ads simple, easy. Everything just makes sense in a webinar or in a VSL. But when you actually start looking at the numbers, the real numbers, not the numbers that they show you, you realize that creating a machine that scales your business with paid ads is not just about putting $1 in and getting $2 out. You need to create a machine that allows you to put $1 in and gets you at least $5 out. Anything else below that is just wasting your time. So that's what I'm gonna prove to you today with this calculator that's gonna show you if your business is ready to be scaled with cold traffic, okay? We have some baseline assumptions about your business. You are spending $10,000 per month on ads. The agency return is 2.5K. Your offer price is 5K. You are taking a down payment of $1,500 for people who are looking to pay in installments. Your payment plan is 6 months. Your closer takes 15%, your CSM takes $2,000, Stripe fees 2.9%, and you are going to sign 8 clients while spending $10,000 on ads. Sounds amazing, right? That means in theory you should contract $40,000. But when you start looking at these numbers that I'm going to show you in this video, you'll see that it's not as easy, okay? The first KPI that we need to look at is your refunds and your chargebacks rate. So right now you are getting a lot of clients from your organic, and these people love, trust you, they like you, you are their God. And if these people are charging back or asking for refunds, guess what? People who will come from cold traffic, they will be extremely skeptical of your service. They will not like you, they will not trust you, and probably they will find a reason to hate you. So essentially, your onboarding process, your sales process needs to be airtight. What does that mean? Well, you're not allowed to overpromise in the sales call. You have to have an airtight onboarding. So that means if someone is supposed to start tomorrow, they need to get all their materials together. They need to feel like they are special after they bought from you. You cannot just let them wait until they have the onboarding call, because they'll have cold feet and then they will put a chargeback. Okay? You need to sign a contract with these clients because, again, they might have cold feet and they will put a chargeback. But if you have a contract, then you will be protected. Why is this so important? Well, if you go over 1% in dispute rate with Stripe, then they will freeze your account. And then you'll start looking for a new payment processor. But at some point, you will pretty much go through all of them and then you will be completely screwed and you need to figure out other solutions which are probably not ethical. So your refunds and your dispute rate needs to be below 1%, okay? Ideally 0. The next KPI that we need to look at is your PIF rate. So this is the amount of clients that are paying in full. If you cannot get people to pay in full every single month, you will be starting in minus, okay? And this is the math behind it. So let's say none of these people that you signed paid in full. That means you've collected $12,000 and these are your costs. 1.8K for the closer, for the agency 2.5K, 10K for the ads, 2K for the CSM, and Stripe takes $348. That means your costs are $16,000 and that means you lost $4,600. These are the numbers that show you how profitable you are with your coaching business. And again, these are not being spoken about in VSLs, webinars, sales calls, whenever you jump on with a closer, because they don't sound sexy, but this is the reality. To be in a healthy situation, you need to have a mix, right? So if you get to 50% paid in full, that means at the end of the month, you'll collect $26,000, your cost will be $19,000, so then you will profit $6,000. It's not great. It's not great, but at least you are surviving. And this is the reality behind scaling an info business with ads. And that's why so many gurus come out and admit that they were never profitable. Now, payment plan completion rate. This is also a very important KPI. Think about it. Like, how many people are actually finishing the payment plans? Ideally, everybody. But in reality, maybe 60 to 70% are actually completing the program. That means you don't have a CSM maybe, or your CSM is not doing the job, or maybe your product is dog shit, so you need to fix it. Okay, maybe you don't have enough coaching calls, maybe you don't have enough support, maybe your community is not tight enough. There are so many reasons that come together when it comes to payment plan completion. Maybe you are giving away the information too fast. Every business has a problem, right? Like that. Ideally, you'd get this to 90%, because that's when you are in the sweet spot. So essentially, when 90% of the people are actually paying, then you'll just lose 1.4K. If you go below that and then you get to, let's say, 50%, you are losing $7,000. So these numbers clearly show you that you have a bunch of levers when it comes to scaling and building a coaching business, but you just need to be aware of them. It's not just marketing and creating content and running ads, okay? There's an entire system behind it, and you need to have everything on lock. The next important lever is 15 happy clients that paid in full that came from organic. If you do not have this together, what will happen is you will try to scale a broken business. And like Zach is going to accept your money. You can spend your money on Facebook or on YouTube. Nobody's going to stop you from doing that. But the way I look at a business is like I'm seeing a submarine. So a submarine with a crack in the hull will not break under 10 meters of water. Okay, there's nothing wrong with that. But when the submarine goes 1,000 meters under the water, all that pressure from the water is going to make that crack break, and then the submarine is going to implode. Okay, that's how your business is as well. And these numbers show you this crack in the hull. Now, I've been working with a client for the past 6 months, and we finally got him to the point where he can run ads. So right now he's closing like 75% of his clients from organic, okay, with paid in full. Then almost everybody, I think if I'm not mistaken, 80% of the people are actually finishing paying the program, okay? And he has 15 happy clients. And this is the projection, and it matches exactly what happened. So last month he made $15,000. This month we'll close at $31,000. Everything matches, and we haven't even touched paid ads yet. So just this month we'll start running paid ads, but the organic is matching the numbers that we have over here. So I'm not telling you do not run ads, because running ads is an amazing way to scale your coaching business. I'm just showing you the math that you need to be aware of before you start running ads, because you might get in with the wrong misconception. Like, I've been sold a couple of times, and I have to admit this, and I thought that it's going to be super easy to scale my business. But the reality was that I just lost $70,000 because the math did the math. And no matter how much I was trying to make it work, it didn't for me. Before you spend $1 on ads, go through this checklist. I'm going to leave the link for this in the description of this video. Put in your numbers and see if you're ready to scale, because you might not. And you'll spend $25,000 on some bullshit agency that is run by a kid that put an offer together last week with some fake testimonials, that cold DM you or cold emailed you, created an amazing offer. But then when you start actually running the system, you'll see that it's not performing the way you thought it's gonna perform. And you'll just be a slave to your business. Like, fuck it. Look at this. If, let's say, just 13% of the people are actually paying in full, let's say 25%. You have zero chargebacks, and you still have, like, let's say 80% completion rate, which is pretty good. You are still just making $10,000 per month in profit, and you also have 8 clients that you need to deal with. So it's not good. That means you might need to work on your offer. All these numbers mean different things, and in the context of your business, we need to figure out and analyze what those numbers can mean, because the beauty of this is that if we know that there is a problem, we can also fix it, okay? So if you're at 10, 20K per month and you want to scale to $50,000 per month with your info business, there is a link in the description. I want you to click it and book a time with me, all right? That's it. Peace out.